Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next session of From Nothing, Tam's story. We pick up soon after we left off, where you have gone to go drinking with Sagona just a little, but as Sagona made the decisions, you maybe were a little bit heavily inebriated, and as such, the first thing I need to happen this session is a Constitution saving
That's
throw.
one thing. Yeah, that checks out. Good luck, Tam. Your tiny little plus 3D. Hey, natural 20.
Hey, that's pretty good. Uh, Tam holds his own. Even though the drink is small in quantity, it is powerful in potency. Uh, Sagona calls it Tridonian Boju.
Don't you?
Yes. Um,
Okay.
what is tricky about it, you are provided only a little. It tastes just like water. There's no burn to it, which is concerning,
That's
considering
concerning.
the size of the bottle and the look that bartender Boone gives you when you are provided it. Uh, your head is spinning, but you stay conscious, and it is a pleasant, heavily drunkenness. Uh, and the next day, you awaken, you feel refreshed, you don't feel hungover whatsoever.
Okay.
You wake up right on time.
Okay. I gotta clarify with Sakona. That's not falling for that. Like, I was good. I'm not falling for that again. Nope. Nope. Okay. Breakfast. Breakfast.
Okay, as you head to the mess hall to get yourself some breakfast, let's see how well they do. You gain 3 temporary hit points, as
Okay.
breakfast is just fruit and pastries. Nothing
It
too
almost,
complicated.
it almost always is. It almost always is with him. But you know what? He will take it. Is there clava just generally, or was
There's
that
always
special?
clava.
Okay, great. He has taken to drinking clava because it's delicious.
It is delicious. It has none of the bitterness that many associate with coffee. Instead, it's very much like the smooth essence of vanilla, uh, mellowed down with hazel. It is tasty.
Love that so much. Yeah, that's his preferred. He's into it. He's into it.
Okay.
And
As you
now,
go to breakfast, you eat, you drink, and then you go to class. Where did my bard classroom go? There it is.
oh, by the way, I did finally name that spell that he came up with
Ah,
last time. Tam's dynamic deflection.
Tam's dynamic deflection. Okay. A first level reactionary spell. Got it. All right. As you enter the bard's classroom, it is as it usually is. You find Norre and Yitran at their respective locations. Norre is what looks like she has new music out on a stand, and she is reading it. Doesn't even look up at you as you enter. And Tally
Normal.
Soothsinger is at the far end of the room on the stage. There is no free agency today. So if you wish to pursue training in the training room, all you have to do is say so.
Okay. I'm gonna give Ythrin some guidance per usual.
He
Um,
smiles wide at you and continues his practice.
I'm gonna. I wanna try to see what kind of music that Nori is learning, but like stealthily, like so as not to disturb her.
Okay, firstly, what languages do you speak?
Celestial, Common, Elvish, Infernal, Primordial.
Of that list, the language that she is studying is not among
Not
them.
on. That's
So
fair.
you see the music notes. Um, it is a slow, steady song. You don't know what the words say, but the characters. Go ahead and roll me a history check.
Okay. If I can find history on here. 5, 7.
You have no idea. what the
No,
language
no,
is. No
no,
clue.
no clue.
But
Not
you
even a
do
little
know
bit.
that the song is a slow, rhythmic. It's almost what looks like maybe a march, or the sort of song that you'd expect in a band, a very
Yeah.
slow one. She. Oh, we did not roll stealth. I need you to roll me a stealth to
Oh,
not being
yeah.
noticed as you do this.
Oh, wow. All my natural 20s coming out today.
Okay. Norre seems unaware that you are reading over her shoulder.
Excellent. Good. She'd be mad at me probably otherwise. Okay. I know nothing. That's good to know that she's doing a march. Okay. Um, you look at Tally and say, so, is there anything in particular that I need to catch up on since I wasn't here for a little while?
Tally looks at you, and she looks over at Norre, and she says, "You could always practice your sparring, but otherwise, it was going to be business as usual, trying to push more magic onto you. Nothing to catch up on in specific."
Okay. Well, Nore seems busy, but yeah, I think I've got my little team. Hopefully they're all available. We haven't really gotten a lot of practice for the fall festival. Can I do that today?
You want to use the training room?
Mm-hmm. If it's available.
Go talk to Persh. He would know.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Get out of here.
You will skitter away.
Okay. You head to Persh. As you arrive in the main lobby of the Merigard, you find Persh where he always is, behind his desk. He kind of glances up over his paperwork as you approach. Good morning, Tom.
Morning. Is the training room free by any chance?
One moment while I roll. It is. Do you intend to use it today?
I would prefer to if I can, and if my team is available.
I'll reach out and see if they're free.
Thank you.
I will roll again. I rolled low. It looks as though the 5 amongst you are free, yes. Shall I call them down?
I would appreciate it.
He nods, and over the next few minutes, he does. The first to arrive is Sigona. The next, Taunus. Hiram comes in shortly after her, and at some point, you're not sure when, Skolna is here. You didn't see her come in.
I just assume that Skullna's been here the whole time. That's
It's a safe assumption.
Generally, Sam's assumption is that Skullna is just always in every room with him, and he just
Fair.
doesn't see her.
That's fair.
Like, even in the Bard classroom, I'm just like, whatever, I don't know, she could be sneaking for rogue stuff.
She could be. It's true.
I would like also to add, kind of like, it's not really a retcon, but like he had that whole week where he was composing and kind of like laying low. I like to think that he actually, of all the NPCs, he probably hung out with Skullna the most, if she would let him, and he would just sit there with her, not saying anything, practicing being quiet.
Okay. I will need a couple persuasion checks.
It is allowed, yes. If she allows it, he will not press the issue. Persuasion. 13. How many?
I need 3.
15. Oh, that's not good. And a 10.
Okay. The first time you speak with Skolna asking her if you can tag along, Skolna seems a little put out, honestly. She doesn't seem to want anybody fully aware of what she does in her free time. The second time, you learn that Skolna doesn't stay in one place. She shows you a trick. You watch as she, well, specifically, She asks if you know of Saskia, the druid
Yeah,
student.
sure. We hung out a little
Skolna
bit.
then says that Saskia always likes to spend lunchtime around the tree out front of the Merigard Academy.
Oh, as a squirrel.
Skolna nods. And then Skolna will show you how she does a route, is what she calls it. And you follow Skolna. This is maybe like an hour where Skolna decides to show you this. She heads out through the front of the Merigard doors. You watch as she takes a very strange path, not necessarily through the shadows, but out behind the blacksmith and along the walls. I'd like you to roll me a perception check.
Okay. He is working hard to be better at perception. And he succeeds this time. 19.
With a 19, you catch a glimpse of something shining on top of one of the not intended wooden shelves, but the top of a log on the back of the blacksmith's building. You notice something metal hidden, tucked away. And you see as Skolna's walking, she's running her hand along that wall. And she hadn't done that at any other point during the walk. She had not touched any walls or anything like that before.
But there's something metal up there.
Yes,
Like
there
where
is.
she's feeling? Where she's feeling or higher than where
Just
she's
above. Maybe a couple inches above where she's reaching.
feeling? Can I mage hand it for her?
She doesn't look like she's trying to get it, but you can mage hand it.
I'm gonna mage hand it.
You pull a dagger from the high shelf off, and it's floating in the air behind you. Skolna whips around, hearing the metal slide, and she looks at you.
I'm
And then
sorry.
she
is
holds
this
out her
yours?
hand.
Yeah, it's yours. Sorry. She'll put it in her hand.
Skolna glowers at you as she
Sorry.
slides the dagger away.
Is that
You-
not what you were looking for? I thought that what was what you were looking for.
She just stares at you for a long moment and then continues walking. You can roll an insight check if you want.
Yeah. We'll roll an insight. We'll see how that does. Nope, I'm just in a land of fours today. Nope, no idea.
8.
Unreadable.
Skolna seems mad at you and you don't know why.
He was trying to do the opposite of this. Um.
As Skolna follows this route, you catch a glimpse of many of the other students of the academy as they come and go from the main town of Ferrum through the gates up toward the Merigard front. Skolna suddenly moves sharply to the right and begins to move with the crowd. And you're right behind her, so you see her doing this until you're on the far side and she has stepped around and is back in the courtyard of the Merigard. No one seems to have noticed your movements as everyone heads into the Merigard doors, and Skolna keeps walking back behind the Merigard Academy.
She's incredible. How did she do that? That's amazing. It's amazing. And he's gonna realize he's talking out like he needs to shut up. Because that's not helpful for her stealth.
As you continue walking and perhaps annoying Skolna, you walk out behind the Merigard Academy where there is a courtyard. It looks as though it's a training ground. You see there is... Roll me a history check.
12.
Okay, you don't recognize this person. She is a very tall, looks like a human, but with platinum hair, and the side of her face and neck looks like it was burned a long time ago. She's
Oh,
standing
wow.
out in the training ground. Well, standing is a strong word. She's seated on one of the stools out in the training ground with her foot up on a stump. And her arms are crossed, and you can see that her head is a little tipped to the side as if she might be napping.
Oh. Is this... Does she look like a sorcery student?
No.
Huh.
She is extremely well muscled, and you see that leaning next to the stool is a massive two-handed maul, a great
not-
hammer.
not a sorcery
No,
student.
not at all. She's also wearing very heavy armor that seems to mold
Okay.
itself to her body. Uh,
Yeah.
not a
Uh,
sorcerer.
Tam is immediately intimidated and sticks closer to Skolna.
Skolna keeps walking. You watch as Skolna pushes through a door that you didn't know was there, as it's kind of half nestled behind a tree. And then you find yourself in a massive room with a huge mosaic. Roll me a religion check.
Ooh. Just not, can't roll above a 10. 12.
You know this one. It's a symbol of Viella, the goddess of freedom. It's huge. And also doesn't seem to fit with what Viella stands for.
I was about to say she's travel, right? That's the whole thing?
Yes.
The whole thing is travel?
It seems a little out of place. And as Skolna keeps walking, you notice that she is keeping to the side of the room, almost having to navigate her way behind the massive dummies that line this room, and you realize you're in one of the classrooms.
Oh. Okay.
You also then notice Skolna presses herself against the wall behind the dummy, and the door opens.
Oh my god.
The front door. And in enters the towering Goliath form of Stoic, and he is chewing on maybe like a long piece of French bread. He just kind of looks around. I need you to roll me a stealth check as you've been
Stealth check?
caught.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's super fair. It's not terrible. 17.
He doesn't seem to notice you, hidden back behind the dummies. And he just continues through the room. You are kind of like carefully moving your way behind a dummy until he goes out the back door where you just entered. And the door closes, and then Skolna keeps moving.
So Stoic is a paladin, right?
Yes.
Okay. So so I assume that this person, the other person, was probably also a paladin.
Likely, yes, a paladin. Skolna leads the way, and then you open the door, and you're back out in the main halls of the Merryguard Academy.
Tam will have a little minor illusion because he's looking at he recognized one thing. He recognized one god thing. And so he's going to make a little minor illusion of some footprints leaving from the mural to be like, well, look, I'm moving. You can't move, but I can move. Respect for this god. Okay, I'm going.
I mean, you can totally do that. As Skolna leaves the room, and you leave the room behind her, you don't know where she went.
Of course I don't. Yeah, of course I don't. Can I look? Can I like try to see her?
Yeah, roll a perception.
She almost a 20, but nope, it's a 2. Tam is distracted.
No idea. She's
No idea.
vanished.
Oh, yep, she's gone.
The next couple days, you try to find Skolna to ask her to show her some more tricks, and
She's
you
gone.
do find her at meals, but anytime that subject comes up, she just
she's
glowers at you.
She's just gone.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I heard Skolna's feelings.
You did indeed fuck that up.
Yep, I heard her feelings. And he was trying to learn to be quiet, and he's not good at it. But he does appreciate it, and he would have at least expressed thanks for what she has taught him. And now it's awkward because now they're all together in the training room again, and he's like, I don't know what to say to make it easier. So I'm just gonna smile and be quiet. He's gonna smile and not say anything, and try not to antagonize further this person that could definitely kill him.
Okay. As you've gathered all your friends and your team now, or back in the present, and Persh is like stepping out from behind the desk. He says, all right, let's see here. We have a few options today. Ambush strikes are the name of the game, it seems, right now, but if you are so inclined, we could send something a little bit bigger your way and see how you handle it.
What do you think, team? Bigger? You wanna do bigger?
Hiram, who's already in his full armor, says, "Bigger will always challenge us."
Alright. Are we okay? Sagona? Challenge?
I'm always up for a challenge.
Of course you are. Of course you are. Thomas, you too? Yeah?
I might have a trick or two up my sleeve. I think it's
You
worth
always,
it.
you always do. You always do. Skalna? Where's
She's
she?
next to you. She just nods.
Okay. Yeah. Give us a challenging one, please.
Alright, buckle up. Head on into the training room. Prepare yourselves. When the plot
give
call
us-
is shot.
You give us a couple minutes to create some stuff, mold the
Yes.
field a little
I'll
bit.
give you 5 minutes.
Okay. Cool.
Good luck. And he leaves you all to go into the training room.
Okie doke. As before, I will ask Taunus to. I think it's just Taunus that does mold earth, right?
Yeah.
I'll ask Taunus to mold earth a little bit to create some little barriers for Galna in particular to hide behind. I would ask like for Skull, like he'll be like do some, but he would maybe ask for like Skulna's guidance on where to put them. But I guess, but me the player, I guess maybe here. I can't remember how many we were able to make before.
Well, you can mold Earth basically 3. Well, you can do it as many times as you want to, but it takes
But it
an
won't-
action each time.
Right,
It's
Right.
not going to be permanent. The training room does reset the room every once in a while, but
right.
mold Earth
Okay.
itself is not like prestidigitation. It's not like there's a limit to how
Yeah.
much you can shift.
Yeah, I think last time she was able to put like 3 or 4 little blocks that Skulna could hide behind. So maybe there, and maybe like, yeah, there. That's perfect. And like here, like not too far away, so she can run from place to place and do some sneaks. Maybe over here also. Yeah, cool. This is not very strategic, but something. I don't know what these things, they pop out from anywhere, so who the fuck
It's
knows?
true. It's random.
And I think instead of being a little clump, like Skalna can start hiding. Hiram can be maybe in the middle. Tam will kind of go. I don't know if I can move him yet. But he will go like by one of these blocks over here. Maybe see. Yeah, good. Cool.
Where do you want Tonus?
Taunus can be maybe by around here, maybe. Not too far.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Portcullis will open. Something big.
All right. I have some dice to roll. Okay. Before anything else, as you prepare for battle, I'd like your team to roll me initiative.
Okay. Is that just my initiative or something else?
I'm going to roll for all your team members, and you're going to roll for you.
Gotcha. I cannot roll like above a 9.
Your team's initiative is not great. Hiram is going first, it looks like. You feel the mist in the room gather and grow denser. As it thickens and gets a little bit harder to breathe, suddenly it collects in a humanoid form that is massive. And before you know it, where did it go? I just did this. Here it is. The huge form of a minotaur in the middle of the room. And then another one.
Oh shit.
As they fall 10 feet down onto the sand, their feet hit the ground. They are constructs, but they are angry and dangerous as they wield great axes. And as they look around, Hiram goes first. How does Hiram handle this threat that's just appeared? What do you have Hiram do?
I'm gonna ask, especially since Hiram and Sagona are going right after each other, I want to see if Hiram can come up to this one, and then Sagona can flank it on her turn, and they can just kind of wail on this first one.
Okay, you have them orchestrate a flanking maneuver. Hiram runs up and holds his action to attack until Sagona gets in range, which she does on the next turn. Hiram will then rage, and on his reaction, he will make his swing with his longsword. And she makes that advantage. That's a 25 to hit. That certainly hits.
Yeah.
He deals 9 points of slashing damage. It's now Sagona's turn. She raises her mace high above her head. In her offhand, the holy symbol glows, and she will make a melee spell attack at advantage of inflict wounds.
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay, she hits with a 21. So this is a big chunk of necrotic.
Big chunk of damage.
Yeah, she deals 18 points of necrotic damage with inflict wounds. It's now Skolna's turn.
Same one.
She,
The same one. Hitting.
yeah, she will dip out from around this side, and she will fire his short bow. With advantage because she was stealthed. That's a 17 to hit, which does hit.
Amazing.
She deals the damage from that short bow plus sneak attack. She deals a total of 18 points of damage
Holy shit.
to the
Gross.
Minotaur as that arrow up into the neck of the Minotaur. Skinatar. Skolna will then dip back behind the block and stealth. It's now Taunus' turn. Taunus is feeling a little uncomfortable being out in the open. She will run, and as she does, she's going to cast Catapult. Didn't mean to move you. So as she's running, you watch as she pulls from her pocket and drops a lead ball on the ground. And as she casts Catapult, I need to make a dex save for the Minotaur. It has a +0, and it rolled a 9. Okay, so this deals 3d8 bludgeoning damage. Hold on. $14 points of bludgeoning damage. Good rolls. Okay, this Minotaur, which showed up bristling and angry, is suddenly wounded and below half health. It is looking terrible. And Taunus runs here. And as she does, she, is putting the catapult contraption away, and she just is like, oh, it was quick, wasn't it? And she's running by you.
You're so good.
It's now the Minotaur who's surrounded's turn. The Minotaur has 2 attacks. It's going to make a great axe attack on Hiram. Hiram has a big old pile of AC, and a 10 is not going to hit. The Minotaur will then turn and make a great axe attack on Sagona. That's a 14 to hit, which does not hit Sigona's AC.
Incredible.
That's that Minotaur's turn. This Minotaur is going to charge and gore if it can. So as it runs up to Hiram, it gets 2 attacks. The first one is its gore attack. That's a 19, which just misses his AC of 20.
Excellent.
You watch as the horns of the Minotaur just barely scrape off of Hiram's shield. It is a terrible sound, and the shield is almost ripped off of Hiram's arm. But now Hiram is being flanked, so the Minotaur will swing with advantage. That's an 18 to hit. Hiram is too hardy for this Minotaur to get through. The shield, it's like the sound of a heavy steel drum just getting battered over and over as this Minotaur wails away at him. It's your turn.
It is my turn. Here's an important question. I was not told that I had any sort of range stuff. I only have my rapier, right? I have a rapier and a dagger. I don't have like a crossbow or anything.
They're not standard. You can go get one.
I can go get one. This would be the time that Tam is like, okay, I need a crossbow.
Yeah.
But so we're gonna say that I don't have that because Tam wouldn't have thought to have that. But what will he do? He can't do a lot from range. He will throw. How bad is this Minotaur looking? This one.
The surrounded one. It's looking. It's on its final quarter of health. It's looking real bad.
It's looking real bad. Okay. Can I get flanking if I? Because the two are already on the side of it.
If you get here, you can get flanking.
I get there. Okay, cool. That's what we will do. We will go up there. We will go up there. Sorry. So am I allowed to move?
Yes.
Tim? I'm trying. I cannot take game. Oh, game is paused. It's paused.
You need to refresh your game.
Oh, that's why. Okay. That's gonna take me a second. But Tam will go up. Tam will. I can't move him while I'm refreshing, but he will go up and try to.
You have just enough movement to get there.
Rad. Excellent. So he will swing on this Minotaur with advantage and try to fuck it up. That is an 18.
That hits.
Awesome. I don't know if the damage is going through on Foundry because I can't see it. 7
Neither the
piercing.
hit nor the damage went through, but I believe you. You deal 7 points of damage to the Minotaur.
Okay, and I'm gonna give Bardic to Hiram.
Okay, that's a D6.
That's a D6. He's flanked and he's probably gonna need it.
All right, noted.
Great job, Hiram. We almost got him.
He doesn't say anything as he's surrounded by Minotaurs.
That's super fair.
Okay. Hiram's turn. Hiram is going to focus on the Minotaur he was already fighting. He will whip around and swing the longsword with advantage. That is a 23 to hit, which will certainly hit, and he deals, with his rage, 8 points of slashing damage. Minotaur is still up, but just barely. That's it for Hiram's turn. Sigona's turn.
Finish it off, Sigona.
Sigona looks between the two of them. Right! And then she will swing her warhammer. That is an 18 to hit, which hits. There is the loud crack of steel on bone as the warhammer, and the Minotaur is defeated.
Good teamwork.
And Sigona just, ha-ha! Ah! And then she will charge up next to the other Minotaur.
Can I give her a high five as she passes?
Sure.
High five.
She slaps it as she moves, a wide smile filled with adrenaline on her face. It's now Skolna's turn. She will dip out from behind this rock and make a bow attack. Eight to hit with advantage. That does not hit.
No.
She dips behind the rock and tries to stealth again. And she's broken line of sight. It's now Taunus' turn. Taunus is going to press herself up to this rock, will stick her arm out from around the corner, and you watch a single line, a ray of frost, just out from behind it.
Mm-hmm.
That is a natural 1.
Oh no.
So you hear like the sound of cracking metal, and then Taunus says, well, shit. It's her turn. It's now the Minotaur's turn. The Minotaur is going to make a gore attack as it charges forward, which means it's going to make an attack on all 3 of you. On Sagona, on Hiram, and on... Okay. A 17 on Sagona, which hits, a 17 on Hiram, which misses, and a 19 on you, which hits.
Ham's dynamic deflection on Sagona.
Okay.
That's 3 to 50.
Which makes that a miss. So it only hits you.
Yep.
Alright, Tam, you take 16 points of piercing damage.
Holy shit.
And the Minotaur is now here, and you are moved with it. So you are now here.
Cool.
How are you looking?
Bad.
Yeah.
The temp HP was good, otherwise I'd be at 3, but now I'm at 6.
It's going to make a great axe attack on you.
Cool.
That's a natural 1. You are still up, because it misses terribly. It's now your turn.
And I like to think, for flavor, that like the dynamic deflection, like the weird like fiddle riff, was maybe like also still in its head, and that also caused the 1.
Sure, yes. It was just that abrasive.
It was just that abrasive. Okay, it's not looking good, huh?
The Minotaur looks fine.
The Minotaur looks fine. I'm not looking good. The Minotaur looks fine. I'm going to Dissonant Whispers it to try to get it to run away.
Okay. Is this a wisdom save?
A wisdom save, yeah. 14.
I rolled a 17.
Alas.
That's how it goes.
It takes 5 points of damage, but it is still on me.
Okay.
That's all I can do. Oh no, I can't. I can do Bardic Inspiration. I will give Bardic to Sagona.
Alright. You empower the cleric. Next. It's now Hiram's turn. Hiram will charge, getting into position opposite you, and make his own attack at advantage while raging. That's a 15, which hits. He deals 13 points of slashing damage. And you see him gesture to Sagona, who moves up next to him. Or, no, she moves up next to you. And she's gonna Cure Wounds you.
No, get the thing out. Ow.
You're barely alive, shut up! You heal for 10.
That's better.
I'll listen to you so long as it's not a stupid idea! And she raises her mace at the Minotaur. Now it's Skolna's turn. Skolna will whip around this side and try and attack again with the short bow. It is not an advantage because the Minotaur knew she was there.
Oh no!
She still gets sneak attack if she hits. She rolls a 15 to hit, which beats the Minotaur's AC of 14.
Excellent.
So this plus sneak attack. 15 points of damage.
Holy shit.
Aware that her position is now given up the goose, Skolna runs behind this block of cover and tries to hide again. Okay. It's now Taunus' turn. Taunus whips around this side, and you watch as one of her rings suddenly unfolds, and a surge of oil splashes the ground. 10-foot radius. 10-foot square.
Oh, that's so smart. That's so smart, Thomas.
She casts Grease underneath the Minotaur.
Love Grease. It's a hell of a spell.
The Minotaur needs to make a dex save. It's not great at this, which is what Thomas was hoping. Rolls an 8.
Excellent.
The Minotaur falls prone. The Minotaur's turn. The Minotaur will stand up, and then as soon as it does, it needs to make another dex save. Because Grease. That's an 11. The Minotaur falls down again. Frustrated but angry, the Minotaur is going to make its great axe attacks from the ground. So they're at disadvantage. The first one is on Sagona, which is a 15 to hit, which does hit Sagona's AC of 15.
I'll let that go through.
Sagona takes 19 points of slashing damage.
No! Is she alive? Is she up?
She's still up. The next great axe attack is coming at you. Still at disadvantage because it's prone. That's an 8 to hit, which has to miss.
It does miss.
The Minotaur, floundering and angry at its prone position and lashing out wildly, Sagona gets caught by a wild swing. It's now your turn, Temerity.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sagona. I'm sorry. He will slash at it with his rapier at advantage, I guess, right? Because he's prone.
You have advantage.
I think that hits. 22?
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, sorry, it didn't go through. I didn't put the thing on. Hopefully the damage will go through. That's good damage. 10 damage.
Yeah? You thrust the rapier down into the Minotaur. It attempts to defend itself, but it is futile as the blade of the rapier sinks deep into its bone.
Still up, though.
Still up. It's about half now.
Okay.
It's now Hiram's turn. He slides the shield onto his back and brandishes the longsword in both hands and brings it down as hard as he can. At advantage. That's a natural 20.
Hell yeah, Hiram. Take it home.
He rolled almost max damage. That's 26 points of slashing damage as he brings the longsword hard down, and you watch as the blade bites into the collarbone and shoulder of the Minotaur, and it roars in pain. It is now almost dead. Hiram like plants a boot on the creature's shoulder and yanks the sword back out. And now it's Sagona's turn.
Damn cheers.
Sagona raises her own warhammer up above her head in lieu of healing herself and brings it down in a heavy strike. She hits with an 18. She's wielding it with both hands. This is so 1d10. Hold on. Okay, she deals 9 points of bludgeoning damage to the Minotaur, which had 7 hit points left. As Sagona, in retribution, brings the hammer down on the Minotaur's head. Pong! The Minotaur is immediately defeated. And Sagona just steps back.
You got them both, Sagona? You okay?
I felt better.
Yeah, I get you. The horns hurt a lot. The Mrs. can help us, though. Mrs. can help us.
She nods and, sits on her, lets herself fall back onto her butt on the sand. And as the fight has ended, the Minotaurs immediately begin to disintegrate into mist, their bodies turning to, this blue powder that vanishes into the air. The team is all breathing heavy, but relieved that they have defeated 2 massive creatures. 2 Minotaur, the sort of things from legend that have been known to rampage entire villages, wild ones have. As they are defeated, you watch as the grease slowly evaporates as well, and Tawna says, "Well, that was quite a thing."
so good, you guys. The teamwork was so good. Look at the flanking. The flanking was awesome. Skully, you did so much with you. Barely, you didn't even get hit. No one even saw you. It was great. You were going around like this, and then you were ducking around here. And Grease, Taunus, that was such a smart idea. It worked so well. You're so great, guys.
Everyone at first, at the enthusiastic rizzing of Tam, everyone is like a little bit sheepish, but as it begins to catch on and Tam's, well, contagious enthusiasm, everyone is soon smiling and laughing and very much pleased at their performances.
Mm-hmm.
Over the next 10 minutes, you all heal back to full. Sagona, who had been brought down to 1 hit point, is like, you watch as the massive great axe wound that went down her shoulder and across her chest, it knits itself closed, and she's just, I'm gonna have to talk to Seka about armor.
Yeah, right.
That was
Oh my
brutal.
God, what is she wearing now? She doesn't have plate.
She has
armor
a
or
half
anything?
plate,
She has half plate. Okay.
but it's not complete half plate. It's like just the breastplate and chainmail everywhere else. Mechanically, it's a breastplate, but on the notes
Gotcha.
it says half plate.
Gotcha. After she's all healed and it's clear that she's like not hurting anymore, Tam will throw his arms around her and hug her tight, and be like, "Thank you for not listening to me. It would have sucked to have those horns again. I appreciate it."
She laughs and she says, "You leave it to a road dwarf to know when the right move is the right move, all right?"
Hey, but did you see that my new spell that I cast?
I did. That was. Where did that come from?
I made it. I made it in class.
Well, it saved me from getting gored, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, it comes in handy, huh?
Yeah. That was. How do they say? It was clutch. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah, maybe a little. I don't know. I think it's honest. Wow, you got both of them. You can tell. Hey, you can tell. Oh gosh, what's that clerics name that you don't like? You can tell that
Sabratha.
person. Sabratha. You can tell Sabratha that you got the killing blow on 2 Minotaurs today.
You better believe I'm gonna.
Yeah. But Sabratha can't do that.
I'd like to see her try.
Exactly.
She wouldn't get caught anywhere near the thick of a fight.
Then what's she doing here even?
She says she likes to support others from a distance.
Well, I mean, I guess that's also what I do too. But still, that's annoying of her.
I agree. It's not annoying for you, though. I mean, look, you're so little.
I'm pretty little, and I can't wear armor like you can because it's too big for me and too heavy, and I don't know how you carry it all around.
I could teach you.
You could?
Probably.
Really?
She shrugs. Why not?
Okay. I think your breastplate isn't the right size for me, but we can go to the armory, and you can laugh at me after I fall over after 2 minutes.
No, we'll talk about how you wear it first.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Teach me.
She sizes you up. What's your strength score?
Like 1.
Is a modifier of 1?
The modifier is 1. Yeah. No. My strength score is 13.
Okay.
My modifier.
Okay. So she Sagona tilts her head and looks at you, and she reaches out and squares your shoulders and seems to feel them, and she says, we could fit you with a breastplate or scale mail.
Yeah.
Sure. A little bit of iron will keep you a bit safer, I think.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm about that. Let's do that.
All right. Stop by the cleric crossroom where we have all the equipment, and I can start showing you how to do it.
Okay. What should I teach you in return?
I'll think about it.
Okay.
Consider yourself on the hook.
Yeah, I am very much on the hook.
And as you are having this discussion, Persh enters the training room as the portcullis, and he says,
We did it, Persh. Look, we did it.
I see that. You all did very well. Are you all feeling up for another bout? Or is it one and done?
What do you think? What do you think, guys? Another one?
Sagona says, "Well, I don't have much magic left in me, but I've got, a hammer and maybe a couple tricks. Everyone else,
Tanis has tricks. Tranks has tricks all day. Always, always tricks, right, Tanis?
I have a few things I can do still. Yes." Hiram rolls his shoulders and says,
I'm always good for another round.
Yeah, it's not like that thing you carry. It runs out of magic, huh?
He just chuckles and shakes his head. And Skolna is twirling an arrow between fingertips, which you take as is ready. Persh says, "All right, I'll see what I can dig up. I'll be ready. Be another 5 minutes or so."
Okay. I think that flanking thing worked pretty well. I mean, I think it worked maybe partially because of where they appeared, but do we want to see if we can try that again?
I think that's a splendid idea.
Okay. Tanis, you don't want to be out in the open again, though, so do you want to be back here with me, maybe?
She nods and walks back behind this cover. And then she says, "We have a little bit more time. I think I'm gonna..." And you watch as she raises her ring, and another few more blocks of earth emerge
Awesome.
across the battlefield, and you see she just peppers them.
Love that. Tam watches with delight.
One moment here. I do need a D100, please.
Hopefully not minotaurs again. 20. Even 20. Natural 20. On a D100.
A 20. Okay, let's see. Roll again. It's a Minotaur.
Oh, is that it's a Minotaur?
Yeah, you actually rolled Minotaur again.
As long as it's not Minotaurs again, it'll be fine. That's very funny. 18.
Huh. Okay. That's interesting. The first thing you notice is that suddenly the training room gets darker. It's as if the lights dim as the portcullis has shut.
Interesting.
Immediately, Hiram says,
This is a problem.
Oh no, can you not see in the dark?
No.
Hands up, people that can't see in the dark.
Hiram raises his hand.
Only can. Oh, because Sakona's a dwarf.
Yeah. Skolna's a tiefling. Tanis is
And
literally a dark elf.
Oh no.
Sagona runs over to him and
Sagona-
casts
oh.
light on him.
Yeah.
Is this a bad idea?
No, I think this is a great idea.
Hold
I
on.
think it might. I think the only thing is it might draw attention, but
Don't we want that anyway?
Kind of want that anyway, so I think that's fine.
It's a very bright light that suddenly emits off of him. And it's interesting because the light almost roils with gray like a storm cloud.
Like a storm cloud.
And Sagona will stay close to Hiram, but we'll get to this other cover. And Skolna will run away from the light to the darker side of the room.
Has it been? Are we
You still have a
the
couple
two
minutes.
The two that have bardic, is it more than 10 minutes, or do they get to keep their bardic or not?
The Bardic Inspiration lasts 10 minutes. It's been
10
4 minutes.
In 4 minutes. Okay, cool. So they still have some bardic. That's good news.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. It took you 10 minutes to heal all the way back up.
Oh, that's right.
So it's been 14 minutes.
That's fine. That's
The
fine.
Bardics are gone.
Jam has 2 left. It's fine.
Okay. I can hear the music coming from your computer.
Oh, weird. Okay, I will turn it down. Okay. I don't know. My crisp is on, so I don't know what's happening.
I don't know either.
That is strange. I have no idea how to fix it. Oh, maybe I can turn it down on Foundry. Maybe that will help.
Okay. Before anything else, I'd like you to roll me initiative, as I will roll it for your
Okay.
party as well.
Oh, right. New initiative. That's right. That makes sense.
Yes.
That is slightly better.
Okay. All right, are you ready?
I am ready.
As combat begins, there is the sudden burst of air as the mist coalesces into 3 large forms. Giant blue-tinged spiders. And as they appear, Skolna immediately reacts to the one close to her. She will dip around the rock, hiding. And will make an attack with her short bow before running further. She did successfully hide. And that's an 18 to hit, which certainly hits, granting her sneak attack. She deals 12 points of damage to this first spider, which gives a horrible chittering as it happens. And then, not Sagona, Skolna will run behind this to try and make some more distance.
Excellent.
It is now this spider's turn. Let me read this real quick. Okay. This massive spider surges towards Sagona and makes a bite attack. With a 21, that certainly hits. I need Sagona to make a Constitution saving throw at advantage.
Oh, because she's a poison and she's a dwarf.
Yes. Sagona succeeds easily. Sagona takes 10 points of piercing damage. And then the spider seems to vanish.
Uh-oh.
This next spider will chase after the tiefling that bit it, that shot it, and will just reach Skolna and make a bite attack.
Oh no, does it sees her?
It sees her.
Oh no.
She has not managed to hide yet. It rolls an 11 to hit, though, which misses.
Okay. Good.
That spider's going to stay right there. Temerity, it's your turn.
Okay, focus on the one that's after Sagona, or after Skolna. I don't know why the other one disappeared.
Next to you, Tana says, "These are phase spiders. They can jump into the ethereal, but only for a short time."
You're so smart.
Yes, attack that spider. Oh, you cannot quite reach.
I don't know if I can quite reach. I can't quite get there. Can I get to
You
this one?
might be able to reach it if you jump.
If I jump
So
over...
you can running jump to try and extend your dash distance.
Really?
Yeah, you can jump your strength score basically.
I can jump. So one thingy.
You-
Do I have to roll athletics for that?
Yes, to not fall prone.
To not fall prone. Oh yeah, that would be very bad. Okay, what are we gonna do here? Hang on. The Tam is like, really need a bow. This is the new
Mhm.
takeaway here is I need to be outranged. Um, yeah, he'll try to jump.
Okay,
He'll
roll me
try to
athletics.
jump into a flanking position. He's not great at athletics.
It's a low DC. It's just a jump. It's You're
13.
not jumping over anything. Yes, you
Oh,
successfully you leap to get yourself into position. You can make an attack at advantage.
incredible. Okay, rapier. 17?
Yeah, that hits.
Awesome. Okay. Roll the other one just to see if it goes natural 20. Roll damage. That's not bad. 9. 9
9.
piercing.
Okay. The blade sinks deep into this giant spider. Doesn't like that.
I'm gonna bardically inspire Gulna by giving her a solemn nod.
She nods back. Okay. Next. This spider surges forward to Hiram and will make a bite attack. That's an 8, which is not going to hit. And then
Fabulous.
that spider shifts into the ethereal.
Don't love this. I don't love it at
I know.
all.
It's now
Rogue
Sagona's
spi-
turn.
Rogue spiders.
Sagona, unsure what to do, looks around.
Come after this one.
She will. She runs up next to you, raising her warhammer over her head. She will swing. Okay. It is at advantage. This is Skolna's providing flanking, which is really good because that was a 3 and an 18.
Excellent.
She swings the warhammer hard and deals 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
That spider's beating up this spider. Taking a lot of damage.
It's now Taunus's turn. Let's see. Taunus is looking at her allies and sees that Sagona is looking not good. Taunus is going to tuck herself up against this rock, and she will raise the ring, and you see magical energy suddenly weave its way around Sagona as she has cast Sanctuary around her.
Oh, that's nice.
It's now Hiram's turn. Hiram says,
I don't like this.
I don't like it either. You wanna
He-
hide, buddy?
Hiram looks around. He has his long sword out in hand. He shakes his head. He will move closer to you all so that light is on that spider so we can see it clearly. And he raises his long sword, holding an action for when an enemy appears.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's now Skolna's turn. Skolna is going to make a short sword attack on the spider in melee with her. That's a 14. That's not going to hit.
That Bardic.
She does have Bardic.
She has Tam's solemn nod.
18. That hits.
Heck yeah.
I think this has to kill it. I don't think she can. Yeah, she thrusts the short sword into the head of the spider. It collapses, its legs curling up underneath it. And then as a bonus action, Skolna will dip behind this wall and hide.
Great job, Skolna! I don't know where you are. Great job!
And she has hidden and will continue to move a little bit so that she can see what's going on, but none of you see her. All right.
Now it's the spider's turn.
Yes, it is. This spider will emerge next to Taunus and bite. That's a 13 to hit, which misses. It cannot jaunt back of the ethereal this turn. Next. Tam, it's your turn.
Tam runs up to flank it. Stay away from her! Whacks it with his rapier.
Roll an attack with advantage.
15 and 17.
Yeah, that hits.
17. Excellent.
At this point, you're pretty sure their AC is 15. Yeah, 8 points of piercing damage.
He is seems particularly perturbed that he's going after Thomas.
Okay. Next. This face spider. Well, it appears half on top of the cover behind Taunus. And is going to make an attack at advantage. That is a 16 to hit Taunus, which does hit.
I have one spell left. Tam's Dynamic Deflection.
Okay, that makes it miss. Taunus is surrounded, but when she sees the spell distract them, she glances over at you and says, "Oh, well, that is quite convenient, thank you." Now it's Sigona's turn. Sigona's going to run next to you again, and with flanking will swing her Warhammer down, trying to take advantage of the amount of flanking you guys have. That hits with a 21. Swinging with both hands, she rolls real good. She rolls max damage for 13 bludgeoning damage. This loud pong as the Warhammer slams into the hard carapace of the spider. And you hear Sigona say, "Take this!"
Yeah!
Now it's Taunus' turn.
That's
Taunus...
teach you to mess with dwarf.
Exactly! Taunus is finding herself surrounded.
Get out
So...
of there. It's okay, get out of there.
she will follow your orders and disengage. Running between the cracks up next to Hiram. That's her action. It's now Hiram's turn. Hiram will the rage and run up here so that he and you have flanking.
Oh god, he hasn't gotten to reach yet.
No, he just began to rage now.
This whole time.
He swings with advantage with that longsword. And that's a 19 to hit, which hits.
Oh yeah.
He deals 10 points of slashing damage to this face spider. Nope, plus 2 from the rage. He deals 12, which kills it.
Yes.
You hear Hiram breathing heavily in the helmet. And then he turns. He still has a little bit more movement. And he moves up into melee with this spider. But he cannot make an attack. It's now Skolna's turn. Skolna darts out into the battlefield to see what's happening. And makes a short bow attack. At advantage because she was stealthed. It's a 16 to hit the face spider, which hits.
Fuck yeah.
Plus sneak attack. She deals 14 points of piercing damage.
Kill it?
No. This spider was untouched. And then she will bonus action dash and get behind this wall.
Yeah, it's fair.
Now it's your turn.
Can I get behind it? Yes, I can. Just
You
about.
cannot that angle. You'd be moving through the face spider. You
Well,
have to
moving
go
his
around it.
finger. That makes sense. I don't know why it's giving us 20 feet. Ta-da. Hang on. Here? Can I do this?
Yes, you can do that.
Am I flanking technically with Hiram?
Yes, you are.
Incredible. I will try to kill it with my rapier.
Go ahead, make an attack.
Oh, nope, that's damaged, sorry. That was the wrong thing to roll. That's an 18
That hits.
and a 14.
The 18 hits, so go ahead and roll damage.
Incredible. 4 points of damage.
It all adds up.
Does add up. But clearly Tam isn't getting a good angle on it. Like, doesn't know where to hit the spider. Where that it will do, like, it like, gets stuck in its carapace or something.
Yeah. Alright, the face spider will turn on its turn.
Bardic to Taunus.
Taunus, okay.
Last Bardic Inspiration.
Alrighty. The face spider turns and is going to bite you. That is a 22 to hit. I need a con save.
Oh yeah, that does hit. Once again, a natural 20. I'm doing well on con saves today.
That is successful. Let me read this. I might be take half. I'm not sure. I need to read this. It is half. I have not been accounting for that. Okay, roll me a con save, please.
Another con save?
No, I'm sorry. You succeeded, which means you take half of this damage. Alright.
Cool.
You take 8 points of poison damage total.
Okay.
I've already halved it. And you take 4 points of piercing.
Okay.
And then...
It's fine. Now it does not.
And then the spider jaunts into the ethereal plane.
Oh, god damn it.
It's now Sigona's turn. Sigona looks around and she says, I have 1 heal left. How are y'all doing? Who's looking the worst? She looks over at you, Tam. And she says, okay.
No, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm up. Ow.
We're all up. You look the worst.
Okay.
She heals you with a cure wounds. No, she heals you for 5. I rolled minimum.
It's okay. Every point counts.
It do. Taunus will move here and hold an action to cast Ray of Frost. As she looks around to see where the spider will appear. Hiram puts his longsword away and moves a ray from the wall, standing on top of the corpse, and draws his longbow, holding an action to loose it on the spider.
Smart.
Skolna will bonus action hide. And then she will step here and has her short bow drawn, holding an action to fire. What do you do?
Where is Skolna also got hit by the spider, right? Or did who else?
Sigona got hit by the spider.
Skolna got hit for 10, right?
Sigona is on 10 hit points, so yeah.
10 hit points. I have 1 pre-cure wounds a day that I will give to Sigona because I'm right there.
Okay.
So that's 9 for her.
Okay, Sigona heals 9.
And then I will, like, kind of, I can't hide because that's my action, but I'm just kind of chill behind this barrier.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to roll me a d5.
You are or I am?
I am.
You are, gotcha.
Okay. The phase spider, at the end of your turn, reveals itself in melee with Taunus, triggering the attacks from Hiram, from Skolna, and from Taunus. Hold on. The longbow from Hiram is a 21 to hit, dealing 8 points of piercing damage. The short bow from Skolna, she was hidden. That's a natural 20.
Hey, kill it, Skolna.
Dealing an insane amount of damage. 24 plus 18,
Oh my god.
42 points of damage.
He's level 2, right?
Well, I use crunchy crits, and sneak attack crits are huge.
Oh, right.
As this phase spider appears,
Insane.
Taunus holds up her ring to Ray of Frost it, and 2 arrows just basically crisscross through the spider's head, and it slumps to the ground dead. And then Taunus's Ray of Frost just out at the dead body.
We did it!
Yes, we did.
That was annoying.
Sigona next to you is like, that was annoying. And then the phase spiders evaporate into mist again. And the room's lighting seems to correct itself.
I didn't like that they were invisible.
I didn't either.
And Tana says, technically they were not invisible, they were in another plane of existence. It's not quite the same. If they were invisible, we could have still hit them.
I don't understand. What's the difference?
So, because they were in another plane, they were in the ethereal plane, even if we knew where they were when they vanished, we would never have hit them, because they were not here. But they could see where we were, because they were in the ethereal plane, which is a parallel world to our own.
So they were like above us or something.
In a way, yes.
Huh. But if they were invisible, because they would still be here.
Correct. If
They're
they were
just
invisible,
invisible.
they would, yes, our weapons would still find them, even if our eyes could not.
Okay. Well, that's a neat trick if you got it, and a less neat if you're fighting them.
Exactly. There are certain magical spells that we can use that do the same effect, but I don't have them. They are a little above my pay grade at the moment. And
Yeah.
as you're having this conversation, Persh enters the room, and he says, "Well done. Phase spiders are never easy."
They sure weren't.
You all take a breather. I think that's likely where we'll call it for today, unless you're that hungry for more punishment.
No, I think I'm done.
Very well.
Hiram, I'm sure you could keep going, but I think the magic users need a little break. Yeah?
Hiram shrugs and he says,
I wouldn't mind a break.
Okay, lunch then?
Skolna says, "It's on you, right?"
Yeah.
Then I'm in. And Sigona says, "I'll help pay. It doesn't have to all be on time." Everybody kind of lingers as the healing mist does its job. And slowly but surely, the sand blocks melt back into the ground. And as the group all kind of... What the heck? Okay. As the group all kind of gathers in the middle of the room and makes their way out, the conversation is jovial, though less quite as upbeat after fighting the Minotaurs, after fighting the Phase Spiders, because the Phase Spiders are actually scary. Their methods of ambush are not fun to deal with. But that being said, as the party goes and gets themselves some lunch from the Merry Guard, do you want to roleplay that out, or do you want to just proceed on to whatever else you're doing?
I mean, I think that would be, like, I think Tam will try to, at some point over, like, maybe before lunch, like, if there's a moment that he can kind of get Sigona, he'd be like, you were really great in there, and I'm sorry that I took your dagger. I didn't mean to. I was just trying to see what was shiny, and I feel like I hurt your feelings.
Oh, you
and
mean Skolna.
I don't want to ever... Or Skolna, sorry. I get them confused because they're both last names and they have
That's
the
fair.
same number of syllables. I never want to hurt your feelings. You're my friend.
Skolna
I'm sorry.
shakes her head, and she pulls the dagger out of her belt and twirls it between her fingertips. I learned a long time ago that I need to plan. And I have many tools hidden away in case things go awry, or if I need them. You found one of them, which means I needed to hide it better. I'm not mad at you. I was mad at myself for leaving it out in the open.
I don't know if it helps, but I had to look real close to see it, and I'm not really good at looking close at things. It's just that um, I wasn't looking close enough when Kana was down, so it's a flaw I'm trying to correct. And I think it was maybe just because of that, you know? I don't think most people would have seen it. I don't think I don't think it's on you. I think it's, you know, I just happen to be looking closer now.
Skolna smiles at you and then shakes her head and says, "Nobody can find my tools."
Really?
Really.
Because you're so good at hiding them, and yourself, and just being invisible in general.
I hope.
You are.
Well, you found it, so I'm still
Yeah.
getting better.
I mean, we're all learning.
She
We're
nods.
all learning. Yeah. I mean, you know that there's like a spell for invisibility, right?
She nods.
And for the first maybe like week and a half that I knew you, I was pretty sure that you were actually a wizard student because you were just casting invisibility on yourself all the time. And that's why no one could find you. But no, it's not that. It's just pure skill. It's just, it's just skill
She chuckles
and
and then
paying attention.
she points at your feet.
Yeah, I don't have that skill myself.
She shakes her head again and she says, "Invisibility doesn't work. You can still hear people who are invisible."
So you have real invisibility, the
I
kind that
can,
you get with skill.
as a
That's
friend of
even more
mine once
impressive.
said, I can choose when I don't want to be seen.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's not like anybody can learn to cast magic, but like lots of people can learn to cast magic. But like it takes a really skilled practitioner to actually be invisible. And it's impressive. And I appreciate it, but I appreciate it about you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I've worked hard at it.
Yeah. You have. It's clear. It shows. And I was trying to hang out with you because you know how to just be by yourself. And I have a suspicion that that's maybe because you had to be, and that's, you know, maybe not all the way the best.
She shakes
But
her head.
it's a skill, too, to be by yourself.
You got me
And it's
all
not
wrong.
one. Huh?
You've got me all wrong.
Okay. Now tell me how.
I'm never by myself.
Oh, because you're hanging out with everybody else. They just can't see you. But that's a kind of by yourself, right? If you're not
No.
letting them see you.
She shakes her head. You're thinking about it backwards.
What do you mean?
They're not with me, I'm with them.
Because you choose to be.
She nods.
I like that. I don't know if I told you. I just kind of assume that you're in every room with me because I will never find you to know if you are or not.
She
And I kind of,
laughs quietly.
like, even the Bard classroom. And clearly, you showed me. You can be in any room. You could be in a classroom. I wouldn't know. No one would know. And there's something kind of comforting about that. To know that, you know, your friend could always be in the same room with you, choosing to be with you without you knowing. That's nice.
She nods.
I like it.
Then I will never tell you otherwise.
Yeah, you don't have to. I mean, sometimes I'm looking for you though, so if you wouldn't mind, if I'm looking for you, if you wouldn't mind helping me find you, I would appreciate it.
Just say my name.
Okay. I will.
If I hear you, I'll be there.
I appreciate it.
She winks.
Me too. Me too. Except for I'm not. I'm not always.
I
You'll
can
probably
find
have.
You're very obvious.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not very subtle, am I? Huh.
No.
Well, we all have our skills.
She nods.
Okay, let's eat something.
Yeah. And you
Okay.
head to the Merry Guard.
Tam is satisfied that she is not mad at him.
Good. As you head to the Merry Guard Tavern. Let me check. Well, after you eat lunch and you finish off your day of spending time with your friends, you are retrieved by a runner for Zurich, as they are very busy at the medical facility. The Physiker's office is crammed. You notice that there are more and more soldiers being ferried in that have been injured. And that is where you're going to spend the rest of the evening if you're willing to.
Oh yeah, I mean the problem is I'm out of Bardic, but if I can do anything else, I will still play music. I'll still make performance checks and stuff. I just can't give him Bardic.
Please roll me 6 performance checks.
And I can give him guidance also.
Okay. He would be very grateful. He would say, any bit of help you can provide would be, we are crammed. I'd use any bit of it that you can offer.
Okay, that's good. 21. 15. Another fucking 4. 10. Another 16. 9. How many was that? That was 5, I think.
That's fine. Okay. Roll me a D100, please.
And then 22 for the 6th.
100.
100! Wow!
Okay. One of the patients that you are helping tend to is a commander. And you learn that many of the soldiers with you are deserters that the commander managed to turn back into service. And in the skirmish to retrieve them, a lot of them were injured in that combat. There is a lot of frustration between the soldiers, and as you hear them talking and complaining at each other, talking about the betrayal of the Aurelian Guard and how they basically turned on their own soldiers, but the commander is saying they misunderstood orders and they're trying to clean it up, and that's why all these people deserted, and it's a big mess.
It's a huge mess.
And a lot of the injuries you see are sword wounds, which are not common for most of the common soldier. Most soldier wounds that you find are arrow wounds, spear wounds, or axe wounds. So the fact that these are caused by a sword blade is that they're very clean, but also they're typically very deep. As Zurich works and you perform and the evening turns to night, finally the last patient is dealt with and no lives are lost, you are paid 100 gold pieces for your service tonight.
Oh, damn, okay.
Zurich, having received a healthy payment from that commander, turns to you and says, I would not have been able to save each and every one of these soldiers without your help, and I want you to know that that is appreciated. So, here you are, your cut, as the adventurers say.
I appreciate it. I'm sorry. Wow, this is a lot, huh?
Yes, I am a little bit concerned as to the state of affairs up north. We will hear more, I'm sure, in the near future, but I expect you to be aware that you will likely be on call over the next few days,
Yeah.
as whatever these conflicts are.
I've been training a lot for the fall festival, and we used a lot of magic and stuff today, but I'll try to save a couple of what I got for you, okay?
I appreciate it. Your studies should be your first priority.
The soldiers' lives are important, too.
Important, yes, but you need to think of yourself. and your future.
Okay.
Thank you, Tam. Get some rest.
Okay, I'll be back tomorrow.
He nods to you as the shop slowly begins to close over to the tinkering shop that it is at night. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
God damn, things are heating up in KO. Or in Aurelia, I guess.
Yeah, on the border.
On the border. Both places. This is very scary.
And so,
Oh, can we do one more thing resolved before I leave? Can
What's
I get
that?
a bow? Can I make sure that I get a
yes,
bow?
you can stop by the blacksmiths and requisition a... It can be a bow or a crossbow. It's up to you.
I can't. I only have proficiency with the crossbow.
Okay, then
Oh,
you can
okay.
add a crossbow to your inventory.
Cool.
Standard equipment is you just ask for it, and Sekka will
very good.
likely have one. It's not in great condition, but it is serviceable.
Cool. Great. Because that was his big takeaway was, oh wow, I need to be able to do some stuff
Yeah.
for my...
Go ahead and add a light crossbow and a quiver of 20 bolts to your inventory.
Can do.
All right. Thank you for playing with me tonight. I had a lot of fun, and to those of listening, we love you, and I can't wait to see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.